What's good, y'all? This is your boy Woke. Hey man, we back with another one today. So, y'all, man, I did part one of a video going through the roster, right? Looking at everything with the current fighters, right? It was a good length video. I'm gonna put it up here somewhere. We put it up here somewhere, right? Go check that out for me. I break it the whole roster that we currently have down and see what current stars are in or are not in, really, you know. So I'm not gonna recap that whole thing, but in me doing that, I kind of discovered something that was a little scary. I am not gonna lie. And I'm scared for ESBC. I'm explaining why. So let's get into the video. I took the time to go through the ESBC roster, right? And look at all the missing legends that are on the roster. Or rather, that are not on the roster right now, right? So let's look at them, right? Lennox Lewis. George Foreman. Obviously, Lennox Lewis was the last undisputed heavyweight champion. In my opinion, the best heavyweight ever. Not the greatest, but the best, right? George Foreman, the top 5 heavyweight. Sonny Liston, in my opinion, the second best heavyweight of all time. But I'll probably do some more fighter breakdowns about fighters and what I think and view the sport as I do. But anyway, let's keep going. Mike Tyson, obviously, star power, big name, top 10 heavyweight. Evander Holyfield, top 10 heavyweight of all time. And even a guy like David Haye, during the weak Klitschko era, he was probably the third guy up besides the brothers, right? Looking at the middleweights, and I kind of condensed them all together. It wasn't broken into like specific weight classes, but just light heavyweight, middleweight, that type of thing, right? Obviously, we don't have Marvin Hagler, the greatest middleweight ever, the greatest 160 pounder ever. Bernard Hopkins, Bernard Hopkins probably has the greatest longevity of any fighter outside of Floyd Mayweather ever. Probably even more than Mayweather Floyd, because Bernard was fighting at 50. James Toney. We don't have another guy, another top 5 middleweight. Joe Calzaghe, right? Or middleweight, light heavyweight. Y'all know what I'm saying, right? We don't got Winky Wright. Great brother Winky Wright. Jermaine Taylor, another undisputed champion when he beat Bernard Hopkins. Monzon, right? Fernando Vargas. We don't got them in the game. Let's keep going though. Floyd Mayweather. Obviously, I know Floyd is expensive, but he is not in the game. We don't have Oscar De La Hoya. We don't have Manny Pacquiao. The 3 names I just said, Floyd, De La Hoya, and Pacquiao, are the 3 most marketable people. Obviously, not counting Canelo, right? But just of the previous generation. And honestly, I'm not gonna say of all time, but anyway, Floyd, Oscar, and Manny, they ran that 2000s and 2010s era. They're extremely crucial to the sport of boxing. Let's keep going. Tommy Hitman Hearns, one of the 4 horsemen, right? Tito Trinidad. Ike Corte. Zab Judah. Miguel Cotto. Victor Ortiz. Tim Bradley. Let's keep going now. I'm getting somewhere. Y'all hang with me, right? We don't have Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker, the greatest lightweight ever. Roberto Duran, another guy that may be the greatest lightweight ever. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. Right? The guys we just spoke about here, right? I don't know how many it's like, I guess 20, something like that. You can't speak about the sport of boxing without mentioning their names. Now, of course, I didn't put every single legend possible, but video game reasons and video game purpose wise, these are the guys people want. I know I probably missed a few, but this is top of my head, guys that we still need in here that are crucial. You can't talk about boxing without mentioning these guys' names, right? Now let's continue. Right? Now, like I said, go check out the video where I recap the whole roster and go through all the current fighters, which guys are in, which guys aren't. At the conclusion of that video, this is what I came to, right? I said, I'll recap it. So I said, at heavyweight, we're missing Anthony Joshua, Dillian White, Andy Ruiz Jr. Cruiserweight, we're missing Breedis, Dorticos, Macaboo. 75, we're missing Artur Beterbiev, Zerto Ramirez, Marcus Brown, Anthony Yard, Callum. At 68, we're missing David Benavidez, Billy Joe Saunders, Anthony Darrell, John Ryder. Right? Go check that video. I go through all this in detail, right? I go through it all. I get into the nitty gritty, who's really missing. I pull up the Ring magazine rankings and really see of the top 10 guys who we have in this game. But I just kind of summed it up a little bit, but go check that video out for me. Y'all will really enjoy it. 160, we don't have Triple G, Demetrius Andrade, Charlo, Jamal Charlo, Eubanks Jr., Murata, or Deverchenko. 54, we don't have Charlo, Castano, Harrison, Hurd, Lubin, Danny Garcia. 147, we don't have Errol Spence Jr., Ugas, Boots, Thurman, Stanionis, Butaev. 140, thankfully we have Josh Taylor and Regis Prograis. We don't have Ramirez, Zepeda, Mikey Garcia, Adrian Broner, Jack Catterall, Gary Russell. 135, we don't have Devin Haney. Sadly, I don't think he's going to be in the game for whatever reason. I don't know why. Tank not in. Teofimo not in. Ryan Garcia not in yet. Pitbull Cruz, Jojo Diaz, Comey. 130, Conceição, Oshaki Foster. I'm going to go a little faster. 126, Gary Russell Jr., Navarrete, Warrington. 122, Figueroa. 118, we don't have Anui. We don't have Casemiro. We do not have Rigo. Y'all, so now I'm gonna get to my point here. You see all the guys we don't have. The conclusion I came to was this. Is it too many big names left out of ESBC so EA Sports can grab these guys up and field an amazing roster for Fight Night, the new Fight Night coming up? Guys, I don't think we understand this, right? Let's go back and look at the legends. You understand? The legends that ESBC signed, I doubt they have exclusive contracts, right? So just imagine all the legends that ESBC has. Imagine if EA Sports goes back and gets those same legends, because I say that you're not about to stop Muhammad Ali from being in one boxing game. Muhammad Ali is in damn near every boxing game ever created. right? Joe Frazier too. People like that. You're not about to stop them from being in another boxing game. They're gonna be in dang near every boxing game. Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, they're in every boxing game. At least the big ones that came out, obviously, the past fight nights, right? So now imagine if they can get all the legends that ESBC has, plus they can get the old fight night champion legends: Lennox Lewis, Foreman, Liston, Tyson, Holyfield, David Hay. Plus, imagine if they come in current heavyweights, they get Anthony Joshua, Dillian White, Ruiz Jr. Scary part is we already know that EA has a great connection with Tyson Fury. So what if he's in both games? EA may not be able to get Wilder or Usyk, but imagine if they have all the legends in ESBC already, plus all these heavyweight legends. Add in Fury, AJ, and White. That's the best heavyweight lineup in a boxing video game ever already. Imagine now, right? Let's look at the legends that are not in ESBC. Remember, Roy Jones is already in Fight Night. Roy Jones is in dang near every boxing game too. So they'll be able to get Roy. If they get Roy, and then they could get Hagler, Bernard Hopkins, Winky Wright, Jermaine Taylor, Vargas, Monza. They were already in Fight Night Champion. So that there's some type of relationship there already. And then they say you get Tony and Kawasaki, huh? But on top of that, what if they also can get Triple G, Demetrius Andrade, Jamal Charlo? Now, do they get Canelo? I doubt it. I doubt they get Canelo from ESBC because Canelo may be exclusive, right? The current guys may be exclusive deals, but heck, Canelo, who gonna tell Canelo who to sign with? But who knows? Maybe that's a part of it. I hope ESBC has these guys on exclusive deals. The legends too, if possible. Right? So imagine they get all the legends I mentioned. They come through. They get Arthur Beterbiev, Marcus Brown, David Benavidez, Anthony Durrell, Billy Joe Saunders, Triple G, Andrade, Charlo. Will we really be that sad if we don't have Canelo in Fight Night? Rather, I'm ESBC 100%. I want ESBC to prosper. EA Sports is a cancer to the sports gaming industry. I don't like EA Sports. They've killed so many games I love. They've destroyed football. Madden is awful. Live. Once 2K came out with competition, they died. They came back alive 19 and 18, and they haven't made a basketball game since. EA Sports killed one of my favorite games, probably my favorite sports game ever, Pro Evolution Soccer, with just their greed and their exclusive licenses to team kits and stadiums. PES is the best representation of a sport in a game ever. But because EA has the official licenses, the official kits, nobody cares to buy PES. Because people don't want to use generic jerseys, generic team names. They want to see what they see on TV. So now, no matter how much fighter creation you have, if EA Sports can get the legends, because I doubt the legends are exclusive. Let's look at the legends again. We've only done heavyweight, middleweight so far. If they can get Hagler, Hopkins, Tony, all these guys that are already in the old Fight Night, the guys that are already in the old fight night at heavyweight too. And then they market David Benavidez, Triple G, Andre Charlo. No amount of fighter creation the ESBC is about to make up for them having those guys in the game. Look at 154. 154 to 160 to 147 ESBC is a shame. Charlo and Castano are fighting for Undisputed next month in May. Neither are in ESBC. So now imagine it, right? Fight night. The game probably won't come out till 2023, 2024. We know that. But guess what? What if they're signing them up right now? Charlo, Castano, Harrison, top 3 154 pounders, not in ESBC. What if they're all in fight night? Officially. I mean, guys, this do you see where I'm getting at? Do you see why I'm nervous a little bit for ESBC? It's not the game. ESBC is going to be the most realistic boxing game ever made. The mechanics look great. The graphics look great. The developers put hard-earned sweat and tears, their heart and soul into the game. So I'm supporting the game. I want it to prosper. I don't want EA Sports to win, but I'm nervous. Am I saying some of these guys won't be in the final game? I'm not saying they won't be in, but right now, I'm nervous. So now, think about it. We already went through it. All those heavyweight and middleweight fighters. Now imagine the welterweight is the glamour division of boxing besides heavyweights. Imagine now if Fight Night retains Oscar De La Hoya, Manny Pacquiao, and Tommy Hitman Hearns, Zab Judah, Miguel Cotto, Victor Ortiz, and Tim Bradley. But then they add on a Tito Trinidad. Or Yah forbid, if EA Sports give Floyd Mayweather Jr., it's curtains for ESBC. Let's call it what it is. And that's not saying I'm gonna switch and not play ESBC. I'm gonna be loyal to ESBC. But guess what? This is business. Casual fans, even hardcore fans, they love Fight Night. If it's coming back and it's getting the bigger names, because one thing ESBC I can critique them for, we looked at the roster. Like I said, go look at the current roster video. Man, the roster has some good names. I'm happy for a lot of the guys in the game. But dude, most of them dudes are not finna be touched. Most of them are about to be career mode fillers. I'm sorry, it's just what it is. It's a lot of quantity, not enough quality. It's not enough quality. I'm sorry. All these people missing. If Fight Night can get 80% of the guys on my lists, along with the legends that are going to be in both games probably, what is ESBC going to do? We can say, oh, we're making it for the love of the game, but the money got to be right. You don't get into it to make 1 or 2 games, right? You want to make this a long-term gaming company, huh? You want to be a big-time publisher, SCI. I hope they prosper. But they gotta get more names. It's not about quantity. I don't care. Make generic characters for career mode. See, this is like stuff like that, getting all these, like these no offense, getting all these random dudes, bro. Random dudes don't move the needle. You giving random dudes percentages and dividends and all this stuff to get in the game and scanning them in, taking your resources, scanning these randoms into the, and I'm not saying they randoms, and I'm not saying I know every single boxer. So they got names, they're professionals, and they good at their sport, but I don't want some of these dudes up in here over the guys that I'm discussing here. I don't care about them. Give me De La Hoya, Pacquiao, and Hitman Hearns. Give me Lennox Lewis, my favorite fighter ever. Sonny Liston, my top 5 fighters. Give me George Foreman. Give me Tyson and Holyfield. Give me the Hagler and Hopkins. You know, like most of them dudes that's on ESBC roster, solid names, but not the names. Oh, guess what? We just looked at welterweights, the legends. Look at the current welterweights that we do not have in ESBC. Imagine, I don't know, guys. Just imagine somehow, some way, right? What if EA gets Floyd Mayweather and Errol Spence Jr. and Triple G and the Charlos and Drake? Cause bruh, we ain't even worked the rest of the division. We ain't even got to lightweights. This is why I'm scared for ESBC. We need to see more names in the game if the game is going to have longevity. I don't want to have some cult classic game where we got to sit there and have ridiculous fighter shares to get 80% of the stars that we want in the game because they're not signed. And we got to go play an inferior game, an EA Sports game that will do better numbers because they have big names, and be stuck with that. I don't want that to happen. Jeez, look at this. Spence, Ugas, Boots, Thurman, Stanionis. Looking at the lightweights. Haney, Tank, Teofimo, Ryan, Pitbull Cruz. Guys, and Anui, Gary Russell Jr. Like, even if EA don't get all these people, and I don't think they'll get everybody, obviously, let them mess around, get Anthony Joshua, David Benavidez, Triple G, Andre, both Charlos, Errol, Boots, Haney, Devin Haney, Tank, Teofimo, Ryan Garcia, and Anui. It's curtains. It's over with. Like I said, y'all forbid we go back to the legends. Guess what, guys? I fired up Fight Night. The majority of these people, 95%, are already in the old Fight Night. The only guys that are not in Fight Night on here, Tito Trinidad, Corte. But guess what? Everybody else already has a pre-existing relationship with EA Sports and Fight Night. So they'll probably have all of these legends. Obviously Floyd isn't in there also, right? But granted, EA Sports, quote unquote, their code name for their game is called Moneyball. Moneyball. That got people to assume, bro, are they talking about Floyd Mayweather? I'm telling y'all, they're gonna probably have all these legends, all the legends that are in ESBC, a lot more of the current guys. And if it's called Moneyball, and if the rumors are true that they got Floyd Mayweather Jr., it's not about to be good for ESBC. I'm sorry. It's just not. EA is about to come out with names, big guns, They about to come out with great graphics. They gonna come out with some mechanic. They gonna make the trailer amazing. They about to have some what the kids love, some mud type of boxing experience. They gonna have some type of cinematic career mode movie type of thing. ESBC can be perfect as it wants, but let these dudes not be in ESBC and EA get them all, or get 80% of them with the legends they already got. If they already got the legends, plus they got Floyd too, let them get Arrow, the Charlos, Triple G, Andre, Tank and Ryan, Devin Haney, Tiafimo, Anui. It's over with. Like, we gonna get ESBC 1. A lot of the fighters may not renew the contract, or however the contract is structured. I think they got a 2-fight deal or 2-game deal, whatever. A lot of the fighters are going, I want to be in EA. I want to be in Fight Night. Guess what? They gonna go to Fight Night, and guess what we can see for EA Fight Night? I guess modern day Fight Night too. What if they mess around and get Canelo and keep the roster? ESBC 2 come out. Who they gonna have? So I'm telling y'all, look, I'm just nervous. I'm nervous. We need more big names. And when they get the names, you better lock them down for 3-game deals. At least give yourself 3 games. Steel City. Don't have them on no 1-game deals. Get them for 3 games at least. ESBC 1, 2, and 3. Cause I seen EA do it multiple times. If they could kill football, they can kill your game. If they can kill Pro Evolution Soccer, who at one point was more popular than FIFA, they can kill ESBC boxing. They can kill your game. Not only have they killed those two sport games, they killed UFC, another combat game. They killed it. The UFC series is disgusting. It's that bad. I delete it all. It's disgusting. The hockey game, the golf game, the tennis game. NASCAR. I mean, I saw a thing on Operation Sports. They about to discontinue the NASCAR video games, bro. Once EA Sports gets a hold of the official likenesses, the official contracts, they put people out of business. Thankfully, the NBA did not fold like the NFL did. 2K is still around. So Steel City, I know it's only so much money. I know it's only so many dollars in a unit of a game. But you need to get a little wiser with who you're signing. Cut down on these random career mode people that nobody is going to use. Give the people the boxers they'll use. The names. Quality over quantity. You can have a 200 boxer plus roster. But if EA comes through with a roster of 100 guys, and it's people guys actually grew up loving and want to pick actively and use, you can have 300 boxers. It won't mean a damn thing if they got the names. What they said in the Temptations, what David Ruffin told Otis, ain't nobody coming to see you. We ain't coming to see these random dudes out of Russia. I'm sorry. Canelo cool, but what? That's one dude. Canelo ain't moving nothing. Lomachenko. Canelo, yeah. Canelo is the face of boxing right now, right? They got Bud Crawford. Woo! Bud, cool. Lomachenko, great, awesome. Josh Taylor, cool, awesome. Okay, EA come out. Floyd Mayweather, boom, you're cooked already. Triple G, you're cooked. I mean, obviously Triple G ain't what he used to be, but that's still a name. Errol Spence Jr., the Charlos, Ryan Garcia, Tank, Teofimo Inui, Anthony Joshua. Oh yeah, they'll keep Tyson Fury because he was in all the other games too, right? In UFC. Oh yeah, and they'll have the legends. Oh yeah, and Manny, and Oscar, and Hitman Hearns, and Hagler, and Bernard Hopkins. Oh yeah, they'll have Roy Jones because he's already been in Fight Night. Oh yeah, and Sweet Pea, and Duran, and Chavez Sr. Oh yeah, and Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, Sonny Liston, George Foreman. Oh yeah, and they'll have Ali because you know he's in every game, and Frazier, and Sugar Ray. I mean, come on guys, give the people what they want, give them guys that they want. Stop wasting resources scanning these dudes that nobody's finna play with. I'm sorry, I'm just have to keep it real. I want the game to prosper. I want them to do great. But when you got EA prowling, I'm telling you, EA the big fish. They just staring, they looking. They on the prowl. They kill games. They destroy franchises. They destroy freaking sports by going exclusive, by going official, by getting the real people. So hey, that's what I leave y'all with. The big question: is it too many big names left for EA to scoop up for the new Fight Night? So that's my time, y'all. I appreciate that. I had to just keep it real with y'all, man. I'm a little nervous for ESBC, bro. I want them to get it. I want them to prosper. I want this to be a multi-release, amazing series. I want them to one day have so much success with boxing that giving us a realistic sim boxing game that they can actually convert to MMA. The UFC want to come work with Steel City. And I know Steel City, the work they put in for this boxing game, they'll do the same and more for MMA, right? For UFC games. So hey, I want them to prosper. I want them to have success. The whole team works hard, but I'm just being real with you. You got that line prowling. EA Sports don't play with people, bro. Protect the game. Get the guys that people want. Lock them under 3-game contracts. All right, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe for me. It's your boy Woke, y'all. Appreciate y'all again. Stay tuned. Hit the bell icon. More content coming. Shalom. Salute.